Greetings, my tasters and tastettes. It is your girl, Chef Jennifer Tidwell here, back to serve up another good meal. Today, I'm going to cook something that I haven't ever cooked before, and this will be my first episode of Jenuine's First Times. I am going to make Korean sloppy joe. Never made it before, seen a recipe, and I wanted to give it a go. And since I wanted to give it a go and present it to you guys because it's easy enough, I thought I would. So that's what we'll be making today. I want to thank you guys for all y'all support, all y'all love. I hope y'all been easy. I hope y'all been safe. And with further ado, we're going to make Korean sloppy joes. Oh, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please give me a thumbs up. If you're watching it on YouTube, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to me. I am going to try to start creating more content because that's something that I should have been doing. But you know, time is of the essence and there's no time like the present. So why not get started now? So here we go. We're going to make some Korean sloppy joes. Here we go. So since this is my first time ever making this, I'm going to somewhat follow the instructions. I'm not going to follow them to a T because I'm going to eyeball like I always do. Go figure. But I'll tell you what I'm putting in there and tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And if I seem a little nervous, I apologize. I am, but I'm not. I guess I just got to get used to talking to the camera. And I'm assuming the more I do this, the more comfortable I get. And I'll learn as I go. So bear with me. I'm going to be walking in and out of the clip because I don't have like my kitchen studio set up. I'm going to try to learn that as well. But I'll get it as I go. So as I'm stepping in and out of the frame, I apologize. But hey, I'm doing me. So we have my skillet here going on. It's warming up as we speak. I'm about to grab me a brown spoon or a wooden spoon. I apologize. Let's see if I can get me something wooden here. Ah, come on. Okay, got my wooden spoon. And first things first, I'm going to brown some ground beef. Now, I'm going to put some oil in the ground beef. I know beef makes its own oil, but it is actually specifying for there to be some oil in the skillet to start. And obviously, the ground beef is going to make its own oil. And to be quite honest, I think I know why they're doing that. Because everything is going to get cooked in this pot on top of each other. So it's going to be on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other. Just layer, layer, layer. I have my heat on medium high. So that's what we're going to be cooking on today. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm pulling up the recipe so I don't forget what I'm doing. It tells us to brown a pound of ground beef, but I always use more. I don't ever just use a pound the way me and my family eat. So I got like a pound. I got 2¼ pounds here. My oil looks pretty warm. I don't know, but we'll find out when I stick the beef in there. But what I'm going to do is put the ground beef in here. And I'm going to let the ground beef begin to sear on one side. And get like a light little brown crusty top on it. Let me get something to wipe my hands. And that's so I can get the Maillard reaction going on. That's what that browning is called. It gives flavor, the cooking of the sugars out of the meat. After I get a nice little brown on this side, I don't know how long I'm going to let it sit there. Probably, I don't know, a minute or so. I'm going to flip it over and do it on the other side as well. In due time, hopefully I'll learn how to fast forward and do all that other fun stuff that comes with making videos and figuring out how to, you know, fix them and everything. But bear with me so you actually watch me do this from start to finish. As we go, decide to have a beer today. It's kind of refreshing, so don't mind me. I'm using a Cuisinart non-stick skillet today. I'm not gonna lie, a cast iron would probably be like the best for this, but cast iron is the best for everything. But anywho, it don't have to get brown like I guess making a hamburger. I'm just trying to get a little bit on there. I guess I don't even need that. Let's see what we got going on over here. Ah, just don't get me. I'll let it sit a little longer. And yes, it is popping me. What else? And I'm going to flip it over and let it do the same on the other side. See if I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to flip it all one. Ah, it got me. And all one. Nope. Trying. This is like an epic fail right here. Maybe if I would have used a skillet. Oh well. It didn't work. I tried. I was going to try to get the milliard on both sides, but it didn't happen. Anywho, since it didn't happen, I got a little bit on that one side because there was a little bit of sticking, so I know it did a little bit. So I'll let it sit like this since I couldn't get it over there and let it do like this. So I'm doing this, like I said, I'm going to be stepping in and out the frame because all my ingredients are right over here. So I got some diamond crystal salt, which is like my favorite salt next to pink Himalayan to use. And while this is doing its 1-2, I'm going to sprinkle some. I'm gonna sprinkle some in my hand so I can have some control. See that all that would have went in there if I didn't have no control. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this on there. All right. Put the rest back in my box. I'm not about to waste my salt. Anywho, usually I guess I should have put it out. I have my little salt and pepper mix. I guess I should have went and did that because it would have been easier. So I'll be ready next time and do it that way so I don't have to sit there and be fighting. Now I got salt all over my stove, as you guys can see. So got them browned a little bit. Let's start breaking down this this beef. Oh, add some pepper. So this is just some fresh cracked black pepper. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, the way they're asking me to cook this, I do kind of feel some type of way about it. I'll let y'all know why I'm feeling some type of way about it when I get to that part. But whatever. Alright, so we got the pepper in there. Cooking. Break it up a little bit. Nice brown going on. Yeah, buddy. So the recipe tells us to cook this until it's almost completely brown all the way through. Which I understand because since it's never going to come out the skillet, it doesn't have to be completely brown as we're going all the way through here. Now, with that being said, I told you ground beef makes its own oil, but they asked me to do it. Well, they recommend you do it. So I'm just going to follow the recipe, but like I said, I would be hesitant to do that because of all this oil left behind. But they're going to have me saute the vegetables in here, and you'll see when I get to that point. I think that's why they're telling me. If I had to make a change, one thing I would do differently, I would probably not put the oil in here and just start cooking the ground beef and let the ground beef make its own oil, because that's what it's going to do. So, make sure Alright. So we get in there. I see the shrinkage in my ground beef, and that's another reason why I also get more meat, because there's always shrinkage when you cook. So, and like I said, if you eat like my family eat, it gets down. So we getting there probably another, what, probably, I don't know, 2 or so minutes, because it's going to keep cooking as we go. But one thing about browning meat, one thing you really want to do is just, really get it broke down nice. So you don't have like mini meatballs when you're eating. Which, when I make spaghetti, it's funny because I like my meat broken down like this, but then I like to make sure there is some big clumps along the way. Spaghetti sounds good too. Make some of that one day. Maybe I'll show y'all how I make my spaghetti. Which wouldn't be a Jenuine's first times. So that might have to be an episode on a whole nother show. But right now, Jenuine's first times. And because, just so y'all know, because I'm considering your time, I'm actually going to, when I do this, I'm going to try to create, not necessarily create, but cook meals that's pretty easy, to the point, and hopefully I can complete within 30 minutes. Alright, so this is almost brown all the way through. And they did tell me to put only like a pound in here. But the fact I got 2 1/4 pounds in here, I can't push it to the side. It says push it to the side and then add your vegetables, is what they tell me to do. So now I push it to the side as much as I could. So I'm about to go and get some bell pepper and some onion and some garlic. And don't judge me, I'm not using fresh garlic today. 1 second, guys. Alright, so I have my bell pepper and my onion. Let it rip. Go ahead and stick this in there. Yay. And where did I do with my garlic? I got some already chopped garlic. Hey, I don't mind using it. Don't get me wrong, fresh is always better. But baby, when I don't feel like doing it, I go for the gusto. So I'm going to put a nice amount of garlic in here, because per the recipe, it's telling me to put like 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. That would probably be actually the equivalent of what is in here. So let's just stick it all in there. Not to mention this isn't fresh, so it's not going to be as strong. And I don't know if your parents tell you not to be wasteful, but I want all the garlic in there. So I put a little thing of water in there so I can swish it around and get the rest of it out. Hey, I come from humble beginnings. So swish it around so I can get the rest, get almost as much as I can out of there. I don't want to waste. Waste not, want not. Alright, that's in there. Throw this in the recycle bin. Alright, now from here they're actually telling me to saute basically down the vegetables while the meat is on the side. With all this oil in there, I'm not sure how much it's going to saute down, but whatever. I'll turn up the heat. So we're giving that a go. And it says just cook it until these vegetables soften up a little bit. So I would say, they say about 5 minutes or whatever. So let it go. I'm turning it because it seemed like the meat is actually cooking faster than it's still cooking on that side. So I don't know if my heat distribution on my stove is acting funny. So that's why I spin it around. So I'm just going to let this go for a while. We have a visitor that just came back from working out. Health is wealth, babies. Remember that. I mean, I don't think it should matter or you should care that if some of your green, some of your some of your ground beef gets mixed in here. Don't think it should matter at all. So we're going to let that do that for a minute. About to step out the frame again real quick. One moment. grabbing a few more items in the recipe. So I'm still here, guys. Bear with me. I'm kind of putting them over here so I have them so I ain't got to keep walking out the frame. Got a few more things I got to move over here. Then we'll be in there like swimwear. Okay. Got that together. Here I come. Alright, I'm back. That been cooked for a little bit. Take a swig. Put my spoon here. Get back at it. So, I'm pulling back up the recipe. So we done let this cook for a while. I mean, I don't know how soft it is, but I'm sure it got some softness on it. I did turn the stove up a little bit on high. I just turned it down a little bit. Okay. So they told me once you do all that, now I gotta start putting in all the other good stuff. So what makes these tacos Korean for the most part is gochujang. So this is a hot red pepper paste. And we're gonna put this in there. It says like 3 tablespoons. But since I'm doubling the recipe, I guess that would be 6 of them. I don't know what 6 looks like. Well, that's a lie. I'm going to put it in a little bit more. Alright. I can always add more. But we're going to assume that might be the equivalent of what I think 6 tablespoons would be. Ouch. My handle is hot. Get the rest off with the spoon. Alrighty. I do have a measuring spoon here. I'm about to turn this down a little bit. Alright, so we got the gochujang. They asked for ketchup. I'm not going to measure this one either. I'm just going to squirt it in there. Alright. Hold on. Maybe a little bit more. Alright. So we got our ketchup. We have soy sauce. This one I am going to measure. Because for me, soy sauce that's when I use soy sauce, it just seems like I always can taste it. Like, no matter what I do, it seems like it always overpowers when I cook. Maybe it's just sensitive on my palate. So I got the soy sauce. They asked for Worcestershire. So let's get that baby cracking. Always add a little bit more. I love Worcestershire sauce. Then they're telling me some yellow mustard. I'm just going to squirt that one in there. Okay. We got the yellow mustard in there. Oh, and then they tell us to add a can of tomato sauce. So this is the brand I'm using. It's a pretty good brand. Let's dump it in there. And it also asks for 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to put some water in the can to get the goodness out of there. No use of letting it sit. So I swirling it around like that to get it all out. Alright, it's in there. So now I got all that going. And it's telling me to now combine all this together. All of it that I've been let sitting there for a while. So we're going to bring it all together. I'm nervous because of all this oil in here. But we shall see what it do. So we're going to bring it all together. like it says, follow the rules here, guys. That's what we're gonna do. Getting there. And now that we have it all together, let's see how long it tells us to let it cook from here. It says 10 to 12 minutes, and we're at the 20-minute mark. So, it's going to be a little bit over 30 minutes. But it is what it is. Y'all, I'm not about to sit here and let y'all watch it simmer for that long. But y'all catch what's going on here. I could have swore I thought I was supposed to put brown sugar in here. I am. Okay, I've missed that one, guys. I'm supposed to put some brown sugar in here too. So, it says a tablespoon. I'm about to turn this down because ain't nothing like getting popped with some dang on hot tomato sauce. Turn it down, down. It said 1 tablespoon packed. Let's just assume that's 2 tablespoons right there. And I don't have dark brown sugar. I only have light brown sugar. Brown sugar. So that's what we're going to do. So I got to make sure there's a clump of it right here fighting it. So I'm going to make sure I can get that cooked, mixed up too. Alright. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I make sloppy joes, regular sloppy joes, I have a tendency to add mushrooms to mine. So once I have it the first time, I will know if I will want to add mushrooms to the next time. So, let me see. How low did I turn it? Maybe I turned it a little too low. We're going to bring this to a simmer and let this marinate for a while and see how it goes. Give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're at home stretch. This been simmering for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. Even though y'all didn't see it because I paused the video and let it go because there's no reason for y'all just to watch it simmer. And I will tell you, for this to be sloppy joe, it is soupier than what I want it to be. And it's oilier because we left the oil and everything built on top of it. So I will say the next time I do this, I probably wouldn't add the oil. And I will have to see if I can make it not less soupy. But the last thing that is asked for is balsamic vinegar. And I have some right here. And it's asking for 2 tablespoons. So we're going to stick it in there. I love balsamic vinegar, so I hope it really does what it's supposed to do. I was actually supposed to remove it from the heat before I added it in there. So, at least per the instructions. So I guess I'll cut it off since I was supposed to remove it from the heat. Yeah. And it told me to stir it in there. So I'll be stirring it in there. And then it tells me to add more salt and pepper. But before I go there, I am going to give it a taste because y'all have not seen me taste it all the way through. The whole time I've been cooking, I haven't tasted it. So, guess I kind of should have or could have, but for y'all out there watching, always taste your food as you go. Alright. So it's in there. It's a little bit more soupy than I would want it to be. But anywho, Jenuine's first times. I mean, even though I'm a chef, let everything come out great the first time. So I got a spoon. And here we go for my first taste, in my opinion, of this recipe of Korean sloppy joes. It smells good. It's still hot. I ain't about to burn my face off for you guys to laugh at me. I want the skin on up there on the roof of my mouth. I want to keep that skin. So let's see. It's actually really good. It doesn't taste. It doesn't really taste different than your average sloppy Joe to me. I mean, the gochujang gives it kick, so there's kick in there. And like I said, I can kind of taste the oil. So I would actually not add the oil when I do this next time. Not even to mention, I might even drain the oil or some of it before we move on to that next step. Let me see. It doesn't need any salt or pepper. In my opinion, I think it's right where it's at. But it has a nice, it's not like a lot of kick, but it got kick. It has some sweet notes to it, savoriness. It's actually really good. It doesn't taste much different than your typical sloppy Joe. I think it's pretty. I mean, once I perfect it, I think this would be a pretty solid recipe. But I was skeptical because I don't even like green bell peppers. I mean, I eat them, but it's not one of my go-tos at all. But one more. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it don't taste just like our American sloppy Joe, but it tastes like a sloppy Joe with some kick on it, to be honest with you. A little sweet on there, like I said. Some spice. That's it. And there you have Korean sloppy Joes. If you made it this far, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, please ask, and I will definitely answer them to the best of my ability. If you have any recipes that you would like to see me do, I'm more than welcome to give them a try. And until next time, y'all be great. You know, what do Les Brown say? Shoot for the stars. No, shoot for the sky. You'll land amongst the stars. That's what y'all need to do. But be cool, be safe, have fun, peace.